Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are appearing for the PFRDA legal exam, especially the phase 1 exam which is scheduled on the 6th of September 2025, then this video is tailor-made for you. Now with just a few days left, now is the time to move from, content heavy learning and shift into strategic learning. Sort of MCQ mastery and exam readiness. So in this video, I will walk you through a practical 20 days um, strategy or plan that covers the syllabus strategically, helping you consolidate your preparation and maximize your score. Now, before I start, it is imperative to understand that no matter what competitive exam you're appearing for, do not focus on covering each and every act comprehensively. Not every law is required to be studied in depth. Only the acts or laws which has high weightage in the exam are to be studied in depth. Know the ins and outs of such sort of laws. But for all other laws which might not have that kind of weightage or which might have little weightage, cover them strategically. So it could be by reading the short notes or any other study material that you have access to, or just by solving the available MCQs in order to cover these areas extensively, and that too in a time bound manner. All right. Now, before I can move forward, the idea here is let's talk about our phase 1 exam. The exam which is happening on the 6th of September. So it consists of two papers. Your paper 1 is ideally your reasoning papers. You have English, you have cons, you have reasoning, you have general awareness there. And in your paper 2, you will get your sort of legal MCQs which are based on law, right? So the total number of questions that you have will be 50 minutes that you are going to solve in 40 minutes. Each and every question accounts for 2 marks, totaling for 100 marks. There is a negative marking of 0.25 minus 0.25 for every wrong answer, right? So you cannot possibly just sort of take the chances on the questions. You have to attempt them only if you're sure about it. All right. Now moving on to the next things. Now this is your syllabus for your both your phase 1 as well as your phase 2. PFRDA Act is important. Frequently you will see 3 to 5 questions sort of coming from this particular act, both sort of together, sort of combined in both the phases, phase 1 as well as phase 2, right? So it marks sort of weightage sort of proportionate to the questions, reflecting that it is quite important from the perspective of examination. Then moving on to PMLA is, I mean, it's less asked. Moving on to constitution, approximately again you will see around 5 to 6 questions on constitution across both the phases. Now cover the key articles here, the parts which are relevant especially to the financial and regulatory governance, right? So that is something which is very important. You don't have to cover the entire constitution comprehensively. Idea is to only cover this part of the syllabus which is mentioned. However, in this part, in sort of these aspects as well, you have to only cover it strategically, focus more on, high weightage areas like fundamental rights, DPSPs, right? A little bit on your, how to amend. So we will come to constitution and we'll sort of discuss that in length in a while. Then you have Contracts Act along with your Specific Relief Act. Now around 8 to 10 questions are seen from this area, prominently in phase 2, right? So emphasis on general corporate law must be given to the most as opposed to the other parts. Then you have some corporate laws as well. You have Companies Act, you have LLP, you have IBC, and you have Indian Partnership Act, right? So these are your corporate laws. Again, corporate laws, um, there is a strong presence with around 7 to 10 questions every time. Companies Act is a major focus, right, with about 9 questions in some years, right? So there are a lot of questions coming from Companies Act. Please read the syllabus quite nicely. You do not have to cover every chapter. Just cover the chapters which are mentioned here. That too, with more prominence and more focus on the areas, for example, chapter 11, 12, and 13, which has repeatedly shown more weightage from this particular act, right? Then you have the new criminal trios, you have BNS, you have BNSS, and also the BSA. Since these are the new criminal laws, uh, I would highly recommend that you go through these. Then you have CPC, of course. Then we have administrative law as well as principles of natural justice. You have jurisprudence and interpretation of statutes. You have torts as well as Consumer Protection Act. Then you have Arbitration and Conciliation Act with more focus on part 1, 3, and 4. Then you have TPA with focus on chapter 3 to 5. Law of trust with specific focus to these particular topics which are given in the syllabus. Then you have general principles of taxation, concepts on IPR. You have Digital Personal Data Protection Act as well as the RTI Act of 2005. Right. So this is how the syllabus sort of looks like. Now, coming on to the strategy part. Now, these are your acts, right, which are your priority acts. So both in phase 1 as well as phase 2, you will see a larger chunk of questions being built from here. There is no point in covering other parts of the syllabus if you have not given focus to these particular laws, right? On number 1, we have Constitution. Now, here in Constitution, I want you to give more focus to preamble, your fundamental rights, your DPSPs, your fundamental duties with respect to provisions relating to the union and the state. I want you to give more focus to the provisions relating to president, vice president, governor, as well as the union judiciary, that is your Supreme Court. uh, you can sort of you can just sort of read out the legislature, the legislature, a little bit about the Council of Ministers and the Prime Ministers, but you need not focus a lot on the other aspects. uh, if I talk about the state judiciary or subordinate courts, just go through the provisions once. I think that would be sufficient. Then you have to focus a little bit on your what do you call your part 11, wherein the distribution of the legislative powers between the union and state is given. Ensure that you have gone through all the doctrines once, and then you can focus a little bit on the emergency provisions and your amendment. That is how you're going to cover the constitution from a broader perspective. Then you have BNS. Again, focus more on regulatory provisions, offenses by or against the public servants, offenses relating to offenses against the state, offenses against property, defamation, forgery, as opposed to, focusing on offenses relating to sort of offenses affecting the human body. In that, you can focus on culpable homicide not amounting to murder, the rape provisions. So that is something where you can focus on a little bit more. Then you have BSA again, which is something that is extremely important and something that is coverable too. Then you have Contracts Act and Specific Relief Act. In Contracts Act, if you are somebody who has not started Contracts Act, I would suggest that you give more focus to the general contract law. That is your first part of the contract, as opposed to your specific contracts, right? SRA is a small act. It could be completed in a day. Then Companies Act, again, you are going to focus more on the chapters which are given here, especially chapter 2, which deals with incorporation. Under chapter 3, you can focus on prospectus and types of prospectus along with GDR. Chapter 4, you can focus a little bit on your share capital. And then chapter 11, 12, and 13 are imperative. for understanding the your corporate law, your Companies Act. LLP and partnership are these two acts which can be covered again in a day. You do not require more than that. So, I mean, 2 days in total, and you can cover these. Your IBC is something again which is a little bit more extensive. Focus on part one and part two only. So, strategically, you can cover this, and then you have PFRDA Act. Now, for BNSS and CPC, I suggest that people who are already well versed with these acts, these procedural laws, can go around and do revision of this. However, I would not recommend anyone who is not acquainted with it properly to start it as of now, or to even pick it up. I am of an opinion that it is okay to lose 10 marks, right, from this particular section, then leave out the entire syllabus, right? So that is something that is going to be your decision. Now, moving on to the low weightage acts, you have administrative law and principles of natural justice. Again, both of these could be covered in a day by going through the study notes and solving the related MCQs. If I were to talk about this particular section, then it is rarely asked. You will see minimal questions. Sometimes even you will see, you will also sort of come across no questions at all. Then you have Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Again, it is present with one or sort of two, 1 to 3 questions, uh, sort of, once, or, every alternate year. So something that I would request that you can, I mean, something that I would suggest that you can sort of focus on. TPA again is something that is frequently asked, especially in your phase two, with about 1 to 3 questions. Jurisprudence and interpretation of statutes. Again, uh, usually there is one question, but it has a consistent presence. So the idea is, because these are very rhetoric in nature, you pick it up on the last 2 days of the exam. So you would not have to worry about, retaining, sort of the content of it, right? So if you sort of cover them in the last 1 or 2 days, you will be better equipped to sort of retain it. Then you have Torts and Consumer Protection Act. uh, Almost there have been no questions recently on this, but uh, again, very less emphasis on these particular acts. But I would still suggest that you sort of cover them by solving the MCQs, and for torts you can sort of go through the study notes as well. PMLA, again, you will see at least 1 or 2 questions, most prominently in phase two. So, the idea is to cover this act through solving MCQs, right? Then your last priority should be to these acts, which has very low weightage or almost no weightage at all. But these are smaller acts, so these could be covered by solving related MCQs only. You need not go through, heavy text or study notes in order to perform better in these acts. So these could be picked up once your primary syllabus is covered. Right. Now, with respect to these acts, now these acts could be started from today and it can go up to your very last day. But the idea, if you have not covered the smaller acts like SRA, partnership, LLP, PFRDA, the idea is to cover it now. They are very, it's quite doable. You can cover it in a week's time. If you have not even started, you can cover all these little acts. For the bigger acts, again, you can strategize. You can sort of, I'm hoping that you have covered a few of these acts already. So the idea is to constantly revise it. Like, for example, you can give Constitution 1 hour each day, till your very last day for revision. That is how you can cover Constitution. Similarly, you might strategize that, okay, this week I have to cover BNS or BSA. Completely your call, however you'd like to strategize, right? Now, these are your low weightage acts. So I have specifically wrote week two. That means you can pick any week of your choice. And that particular week, apart from revising these acts, you can pick these acts and cover them up. during that particular week itself. So all these acts are doable, and they are very easily coverable in a week's time. So pick any week of your choice and you can cover these up. Right. Now, the idea here is to practice MCQs. If there is any topic, any act which is untouched by you, which you have not covered, it's quite extensive, you do not know how to cover it up, and you do not have any time to sort of go through the bare acts or the study notes for that matter of fact, the idea is to practice MCQ. So focus on high weightage topics first. You're going to solve the PYPs or the related MCQs on that particular topic. At least 300 to 400 MCQs per subject is required to cover that particular act uh, extensively. The idea of MCQs is that sometimes, even if you do not remember or sort of have the conceptual clarity of that particular subject really well, if you solve the MCQs, if you practice the MCQs, and if the same question comes up in the exam, you would be able to identify the right answer. Right? That is that is a good part of practicing MCQs of such laws or such acts which you have not touched upon. Right? So at iExamB, we do provide you study notes. We are providing you various MCQs, chapter-wise tests, section tests, mock tests, concept check questions. You have assignment-based classes, you have live doubt classes, as well as you have pre-recorded lessons. So if you have not checked that out, I would highly request that you check it out. Thank you so much. I hope uh, you guys are doing well. Apart from the the exams, and apart from rightfully strategizing and sort of studying for the exam, your mental and physical fitness is equally important. Ensure that at least you're giving 30 minutes to yourself daily to go outside, stretch, be in the fresh air, and take adequate sleep, right, for better retention. So all these things are quite important. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. All the best.